Alright everyone, friends, Jujutsu Kaisen players. Just a quick one today, looking at an easy, well, not an easy way, but a smart way to keep advancing your account and doing it properly. So one thing that we know from the news is that this thing here, domain investigation under home and then quest, domain investigation. On the weekends, as you can see, it's getting a 2x buff, and not only that, you can stack your entries. So if you get 3 entries, which is the cap, it won't progress after that, but you can stack all of that and then cash them all in on the weekend. So when you do that, you can get 6 days equivalent whenever you just do those 3, and then there's obviously the 2 you tick over during the weekend. So in a week you can get 10 plus worth of domain investigation rewards, which is primarily this currency up here, as well as some other bits and pieces. And the really cool thing about that is that you can get a free SSR dupe. Now that only reset in JP, I believe, at the 6 and 12 month anniversary, so half Annie and full Annie. But each month you can get a Jujutsu crystal and a bunch of normal tickets. So if I was to get these, I'm not getting these, by the way. You see, you could get 5 for 2,500, and then another 5 there, and that's only what, 1,500. So 4,000 crystals, tokens or whatever, would get you a full multi on the basic banner, which is valuable, I will say this. And then there's 3,000 here for the chaotic Jujutsu crystal, so that's 7,000 in a month, which I think is quite possible to get, especially since we are getting this every weekend. The benefit of getting tickets for this banner is that while there's nothing in here yet that we really want other than like Gojo and a few of the recollection bits, the really cool thing about it is that eventually characters like Domain, Megumi, and other characters that haven't come out yet will go onto this banner. So that's really useful, because that means that you can get extra dupes and new characters and stuff that you might not have gotten. Like there's a really good Momo that comes out, for instance. You can get her on there. There's other characters like a Nanami that comes out, and you can get him on there and all of that sort of stuff. So that's, I found, very useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to challenge the domain investigation. We'll do it like once or maybe twice, and I'll just burn the rest out off on my own time. This is the team I usually use. You don't really take any damage if you use this. I tend to have Gojo up in the back. The most important thing is you can use anyone, realistically. Like, it's not a hard thing to be doing. But so if I go recollection bits, if you've got a recollection bit that has healing for all allies or just healing, then you're going to be totally fine basically whatever you do, because whatever damage you take in the battle, you can just heal up on the next one. So basically what that means is that you can continue to take the buffs that are for damage. So at the end of each domain, you get to choose one of 3 different buffs. Usually it's either a HP buff, a damage buff, or I believe a damage reduction buff. At the very end, you can choose a crit rate buff. So let's have a look at this. So Nobara there took some damage. That's all right, because we go forward and through and take a look at this right here. Some rewards. They get doubled, so we get 2x on those. Then we get our assistants, which is our buffs. So Nanami, Panda to get our damage reduction. Shoko gives us our healing. Early, when your account is new, Shoko can be quite useful, but usually you just want to take Nanami. You don't really need the damage reduction ever. And you can either bring healers, or generally what's better is that you just dive in And I'm going to turn off auto now because I don't want any of my units to waste their ults. So auto's off. And what's going to happen is that not on this first turn, but on each turn up, but on the second turn, I'm going to, there we go, use this. So any damage that we take on this turn is also removed. There we go. Perfect. So you see, we'll heal that up too. So we do that. And then it's just all the same stuff. There we go. Now I'm going to pull Nobara out. Put Gojo in. So we can get Gojo's ult. And you can change your team formation at the beginning of each thing. At the beginning of each fight. Yep, so see, we get all of these things doubled. These are really useful because you'll be able to eventually get some really good stuff out of those. Assistance occurred. We'll get some extra damage. You can, I've seen a lot of 20%. So I don't think I've seen a 30% yet. So I haven't seen an L from Nanami, so a large one. But I've seen a lot of, you know, mediums and all that sort of thing. So let's pull Nobara out for Gojo. We could use Nanami, we could use whoever we want, really. But that's alright. I'm doing this to try and get Gojo's ulti up, so we can just burst the final boss down. Yep. So it's all the same stuff. All the same stuff. All the same stuff. It's all very simple. The only problem is that if you use auto now, the auto AI is a little bit silly. So what'll end up happening is it'll just blast the ults even though you don't need to. So that's kind of annoying. Yeah. And that'll be fine. There we go. Keep everyone topped up. Every time I do that, it's a 30% heal for the team. And I can do that every single time. Look at that. Gojo's good to go. Wait through all of this. Next one. Perfect. Once again, we get medium damage up. To be fair, you could probably just auto it all, but because it won't move you through the whole way, it's better to be smart about it. And as you can see, we've already got a bunch of these. So I'll be able to get the, whoop, Nobara. There we go. We've got 5 turns left on Gojo. That does carry over, which is probably the biggest thing you need to be aware of. But it's not a huge issue at this point. Alright. So, same stuff. Tutoring. Slash. Straw doll. Whoops. There we go. Let's use these. Selection complete. Bam. Woo. Big damage. Nice. Let's kick him. Let's slash. There we go. Excellent. I like the kick though. There we go. Domain investigation. Perfect. As we keep going. So let's see how many we get on this. So 110, 2x'd, I believe. Or we just get 110 straight. Let's see. We'll have a look up here when it shows us next. Yep, we can get crit rate there. That's fine too. Doesn't really matter overall though. Yeah, okay. So 110 was the total. But now I'll be able to get that little... the skill gem thing. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Alright, let's bring Gojo back in. Gojo. Now we don't need to worry too much about anything. But just for some funsies, let's just go full bore ult everyone. It's probably a bit smarter to use Yaga, but whatever the case, doesn't matter. Okay, recollection skill, we don't need it. Cursed corpses, let's hear you. because we need a bit more damage on him. Let's hit this. Let's hit this. Let's hit this. See if we can actually get the full KO there. We might not be able to, but it's not the end of the world. I've usually done Megami and then punched guys with the domains, so I'm actually curious to see how much damage this does or does not do. This is more science than anything else. Yeah, not a huge amount of damage without the debuffs. That's alright though. Yep, so that one's down, which is fine. And the other one's broken. So fairly easy all told. Excellent. Ow. Alright, let's do tutoring. Let's do the damage up. Let's hit here. Let's follow his lead. This should probably be enough. Maybe not. But whatever we do. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah, so this is definitely a slower way of doing it, rather than getting all the buffs and stuff on first, but it doesn't really matter. There we are. And now I can get my reward for that little skill gem, which will be useful because I'm sort of running low on those. From 8 to 9, you need 1, and from 9 to 10, you need 2 when you're leveling up skills, which is really, really annoying. It's like, what do we do? 995. That's wild. Look. 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 I'm 5 off. 5 off. Okay, let's just do 1 really quickly. Then I'll duck out and get it. Because you can pause these, which is really nice. So let's do this. Let's get Nobara in over Gojo. Yep. I don't know why this pops out every time, but that's alright. There we go. Oh, okay. That took a while. Yep. Yep. Whatever your normal stuff is, that's totally fine. I'm just going to do it like this to spread the damage so that Megami and Yuta can clean up on the next one with some of the AoE effects. There we go. Not even needed. Nice. Let's get the health back. There we are. Boop. Back to full health. Perfect. So we'll get our little reward. We'll duck back out. And that'll be the video. So remember to do this on the weekends, every weekend. There you go. So like I get 80 there. Let's grab Nanami. Nanami. He's like your grandmother now. Rather than your dad, he's your grandma. So you can pop back out. Then dive back in if you want to. See? Easy enough. Let's go to the exchange. Here we are. Domain investigation. Grab this. Boop, boop. There we go. And now I'll see if I can't get enough to at least grab these tickets. But either way, that is the video. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Have fun. Enjoy the game. Peace out.